Welcome back, Tigers! In this video, we're going to learn how to report on the usage of your Einstein Next Best Action recommendations. We will show you how to create custom reports and a beautiful dashboard that will show how often your recommendations are being used and which users are using them. Let's hop over to Salesforce and see how to set up our reports and dashboard. All right, here we are in Salesforce, and our first step is to go to Setup, and we're going to create two custom report types. We'll click New Custom Report Type, and then we're going to look at the objects that say recommendation in them. We did a lot of research around this, and we found some great resources from Salesforce and from UnofficialSF. We'll provide the links in the description below for you. And let me just tell you a little bit about what we figured out. Now, recommendation metrics, this object is not used with Einstein Next Best Action at all. This is actually used to report on the chatter recommendations. So you don't want to use this object in your reporting for Einstein NBA. And then the other recommendation reaction object, this is all around recommendations that are surfaced in Strategy Builder. So if you use Strategy Builder to create your recommendations for Einstein Next Best Action, then this is the object that you'll have to use. If you remember from the first video in this series, we explained that Strategy Builder is an old technology and that you should be using Flow Builder with a flow type of recommendation strategy to show recommendations to your users through Einstein Next Best Action. So we're going to create two custom report types, one with recommendation responses and one with recommendation strategy metrics. Those are the two objects that are used in Einstein Next Best Action when you use Flow Builder. So the first one we'll do is recommendation responses. We'll store this in other reports. We'll make it deployed. Click Next, and then save. We'll create our second report type. This will be for the recommendation strategy metrics. And we will save this. Now we're ready to create our custom reports. So we'll come over here and we'll go to our Reports tab. We'll click New Report. And we will search for our recommendation responses first. And then we're going to configure our fields. So we'll first do create a date. And then we've got recommendation name at time of response. We'll use that as a grouping. And then we want to know which user did it. And then we'll add some columns here. There's a field called context object. That's the object that the recommendation was clicked on. Then we also have context record name. So we know exactly which opportunity record was used or clicked on for that recommendation. Also put in the strategy name. And then we'll put in the response, whether they accepted or rejected. We'll group the created date by week. You can group it by month, quarter, year, however granular you want to get. And then I will save and run this. So then we can see here, we're grouped by created date, name of the recommendation, which user did it, which opportunity record did it. Very interesting metrics that we're going to see here. Let's do our second report. We'll click New Report. This will be recommendation strategy. Say all time. And then we will group this by recommendation name last saved. And then And strategy name, accepted count, rejected count, how many times was the response served to the user, and then we have a month start date here. All right, we'll save and run this. Okay, so here we can say based on the recommendation name, this is how many times the user accepted, rejected, how many times they were served the recommendation. You can see your acceptance rate, your rejection rate. This is going to give you a lot of insight into how your users are or aren't interacting with your recommendations and see whether or not they are helping them. Now let's create our dashboard that's going to give us a really nice analysis overall of what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to open up a new tab and I'm going to begin to work on my dashboard. This will be called Next Best Action Recommendation Analysis. And I will add a chart or table, and I'm going to pull my strategy metrics. And from here, I want to show my total number of times a recommendation was served to a user. And then I want to show how many times it was accepted and how many times it was rejected. So I'll come over here and I'll select number, and I'll show the sum of the served count. And then I'm going to make this a nice color. And let's say the title of this is Total Served. And then we'll add another number. And this is going to be accepted. We'll add another widget. And this will be our rejected. I like the word decline so much better. Not sure about you. Okay, let's put these across the top here. I tend to like my dashboards in dark mode. Not sure about you. And now maybe I want to show how many recommendations are shown by week or accepted by week or actioned by week. So you can do that as well. I'm going to use my responses here, and I'm going to show a bar chart. And so this is coming from my other report. So let's open that up so we can see what it looks like. So this is showing 12 different records, and these are all actual responses. Somebody engaged with something. This is not taken into consideration anything else. So if I'm adding responses here, so this is number responses by week. You can add that over here. And then what if we wanted to see the top recommendations? The top ones that are being actioned, whether they're accepted or rejected. So we can do a bar chart like that, and let's do recommendation name. We'll do record count, and we wanted to do record count, sort by the most to the least. So that gives us a really nice graph of which ones people are using. based on the name of the recommendation. Here, let's save this so we don't lose any of our work. And then maybe we wanted to see the users who are using our recommendations. I only have one user in my org, but here's what it would look like. So for our responses, we'd want to use our user, and then this would be number of responses by user. And then you'd also want to sort this by record count top down, so you could see your top user on the top, so it's easy for your team to read. So we'll click save here and done. And just a really simple dashboard to give you a really good idea of how users are or aren't interacting with your recommendations, to give you an idea of what you should work on. That's it. That's a wrap. Be sure to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy so you don't miss out on the next video we are working on that will show you how to force a browser refresh after an Einstein Next Best Action is complete. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you'd like to see a video on a different Salesforce topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.